Thank you so much for tuning in today on Tuesday for your favorite show, Life Skills. My name is Nahaya Javed. We have been together for several weeks now, and I'm really excited to introduce a new member of our team who has come on as a guest speaker for us today. So I'm going to turn it over to him for some introductions.
Hey guys, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Avis Berg. And first off, I just want to say thank you to GQ Studios and Media Group. They've done a fantastic job in trying to educate the community on topics that, every single person should know, understand, and know how to implement. So thank you for allowing me to be here. And
thank you for coming and being a part of our show.
Sure. And the reason why I think I'm a finance guy. So I run an investment firm here in Houston. We mainly do securities, so stocks, bonds, and then we also invest in real estate. And for me to get to where I am today, there was a lot of there's a learning curve. There was a lot of things that life hits you in the face because you don't know what's coming. And so I think that it's good to have folks like Nahaya and Margie and Marcelo who have been able to take what they've learned through life and now show others what's important and how to do things. So thank you for allowing me to be here.
No, thank you very much for being here. And as you guys can see as our viewers, we try to bring in people from all different walks of life. I'm an attorney, Avis does things in the financial and investment world. Margie is primarily in the real estate world. Marcelo is also in the financial world, more on the insurance side of it. And so we want you guys to take the experience that we've had and learn from it. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to change topics and start on our new series of, things that we're going to discuss. So we talked about credit, we talked about budgeting, we've given you guys a lot of different, opportunities to learn about how those areas work. And now we're going to turn it over to something that's really, something that's happening for everybody. It's the holiday season. People are going to holiday parties. You guys are going to be going to some New Year's events, with your families, with your friends. Maybe you're going to go as a friend or a plus one of someone.
Best time of year.
Right?
Everybody's, it's time to party.
It's a happy time of year, and one of the best things about going to these events, which everybody should go, is that you can network. And we really want to talk about networking because it's something that has helped me in my life and in my career, and I'm sure it's helped you in yours.
Absolutely. I think it's, networking is really the foundation of what we want to go into in the future, which is, what networking can accomplish. And this goes in multiple facets, right? So we're talking about whether it's getting a job, whether it's growing your existing business,
right?
Whether it's going into a business that you may want to get into but you may not know much about. So networking is an all-encompassing thing, and I think this is a predisposition to the future talks, sure,
that
you guys we want to get into.
And I think that that's really the thing, is when we think of networking, we're not talking about specific things where you go to like job fairs or you're networking with people at actual networking events. Networking is just you introduce yourself to people that you don't know, or even people that you do know, but maybe who don't know, what your background is, what sort of area that you've studied in, or what type of job you want, or maybe you want to transition from one thing to a different thing, or you're looking for a better job in the field that you're already in. And so when we talk about networking, we're talking about, go to your holiday parties, go to the New Year's events. And when you're there, instead of just talking to the couple people that you know or sticking in your own little corner, be a little bold.
Get out there.
Yeah.
And so I want to hone this into the students right now. If you're going to school right now, you're in college, you're about to graduate, or maybe you're just starting school, one of the best things that you can do as a student, not just learn in the classroom, but learn outside the classroom. How do you do that?
Very true.
How do we do that? Well, you ask for advice. If somebody comes and let's say you met this guy or this girl and you think, oh, that person who is a manager or who's running a company, and you want to be a part of that organization, the best thing that you could do to set yourself up for success is go ask that person for advice. Say, hey, listen, how do I get to where you're at?
You know, that's actually such a great thing. And I know for like a lot of the younger kids or the people who are out there in the work industry for the first time, it's intimidating. And I totally understand that. When I was in college and I decided I wanted to go to law school, to be honest, I didn't know any lawyers. I was kind of just figuring it out. And one of the best things that I ever did for myself is I literally opened up the phone book. And yes, I know that ages me, but at the time we had phone books. And I opened up the phone book in Waco, which is where I went to college at Baylor, and I literally started calling law firms. And I told them, I said, hey, I'm a student at Baylor. I think I want to become a lawyer, but I'm not really sure what you guys do. Can I come be an intern? Can I come shadow you? And you know what? The first 20 said no.
Great strategy. It's a numbers game, right? You're going to have to keep trying. If you really want it, you got to put in the grind work. And so for students out there, I want to tell you what you should do is talk to the alumni. Before you graduate, a lot of kids nowadays, and this is a whole nother topic I'll just touch on real quick, is that a lot of students, and I was one of them, you go to school, you pick a topic, I want to study biology. Or
right.
sociology or psychology. And then the counselor's like, okay, take this class, take this class, take this class. Okay, and then you do it. So what happens is you're about to graduate, and now you're like, hey, counselor, what am I going to do with this degree?
With all these classes that I took.
What is this going to help me with? So I think a lot of students, what they need to do is find a specific route before you start that path. But again, that's another whole other conversation. So
but Avis, to just touch on that with you is I do agree that there's a lot of kids, and I'll be honest, my degree is in neuroscience and pharmacology. And yes, I'm a lawyer. I didn't go into medicine. I don't do anything in science. And the reason is because a lot of kids, when you're young, you don't know what you want to do, right? Like there's no magic ball that's going to tell you that this is the career you should be in.
Right.
But that's why you're absolutely correct. It is so important to talk to people. If you think you want to be an engineer, go talk to some engineers.
And just going back again, so every single, whether you're at HCC, University of Houston, Houston Baptist University, Rice University, anywhere in the Houston area, or whatever school you're attending, Houston Community College, any school, they have an alumni handbook that, for the students that graduated in a specific program. Go to that directory, meet with those people that run that area and say, hey, do you know any of these people? Or if they do, if they don't, it's okay. You still have a list of all these people that graduated in nursing, or they graduated in engineering, or they graduated in pre-medicine, whatever the case may be. You can contact them directly and say, hey, it's Joe. I see you graduated 5 years ago. What are you doing nowadays? I'd like to get some advice. I'm about to graduate.
And what's really funny is that a lot of these alumni, they'd be so happy to hear from you. And I know it's intimidating because, it's hard to call somebody up that you don't know or just start talking to somebody that you're, not familiar with. But I think that's why sometimes, these networking events, which are holiday parties, birthday parties.
They can be intimidating.
Yeah.
And this will kind of it'll loosen you up.
You'll build confidence for sure.
Mm-hmm. So you got to start somewhere. You got to put in the grind work. You got to get out there, make yourself available, to do these things. And I think that in the long run, it will pan out for you.
For sure. And I also think that another thing that people can do, so let's say you already have a job or you already have a business and you're trying to grow your business. Keep your business cards on you when you go out to these holiday parties, when you're at these New Year's events. Give out your cards, talk to people, and let them, get to know who you are, what you're trying to do. And, overall, as time goes on, like Ava said, you will be successful. Nothing comes from no effort, so everybody has to try a little bit. But that's really what we want to talk to you guys about is first, utilize these next couple weeks and all the places you're going to go to, get yourself out there. And then after that, we're going to, start talking about the other things that go in with getting a job.
Yeah, so after networking, what happens? Oh, you did meet somebody. What the first thing they're going to ask you is, send me your resume.
Yes.
So we'll go into resume building, that cover letter, how to understand what the recruiters are looking for. I think the team is working on getting a professional out here to give you guys insight to what goes on in the background. So when you send that resume and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep and pray to God that somebody calls back, or then nobody wants that email where it says, thank you for your application. However,
we've decided to go with a more
so we want
qualified
to make sure
candidate.
you don't go through that.
Yeah.
Sorry guys to interrupt, this is Marcelo, the producer behind the scenes today, but there is a question somebody's asking. They're
Sure.
asking, how do I know if they are actually doing the proper networking? Do I take home a bunch of business cards, or how do I know that I'm doing the right job, especially if I'm looking for a job?
I think that's a great question. So this goes like in anything in life. It's you can put your own, I guess, stamp on it. If you think that the level of success that you've accomplished by just getting business cards, my goal today is to get 10 business cards and meet at least 10 people, and you obtain that goal, then great. I think that before you do a networking event or before you even start this process, have a vision. Have a vision of saying, okay, who do I want to talk to? What is my key network area that I want to grow in? If it's your business, if it's for your personal a job seeker, it really comes down to the vision. If you want to add to that.
Yeah, so I think that I don't really think that there's a right or wrong way to network. And I say that because sometimes you think you're networking and you meet someone and they remember you or they remember your name. I know that in my life, the way that I would always do it is whenever I went to events, I'd always try to have a business card with me. And I would, if anything at all, if I couldn't get a business card from someone, I'd try to get an email address. And then what I would always do is after I met with someone is go back to that email address and send a follow-up. And send it immediately. Don't wait a week, don't wait a month. Send it immediately because most likely somebody will meet 100 other people and they're not going to remember who you are. So send, just send an email to them. Be like, hi, this is Nahaya. I met you at the Christmas party. It was really nice getting to talk with you. I'd love to chat with you more. If you have any opportunities at your law firm,
And I just to add to that, I think that to make yourself feel that, okay, am I doing a good job at networking, is don't be shy.
Yes.
If you are looking for a job and you're a student, you need to let them know this information. You need to be clear on the first time that you meet somebody who you are, what your aspirations are, what you're looking to do. When you make yourself out there, it really gives you, I guess, the proper feedback that you need. Because then here's the way, what I mean by that, when she called 20 law firms and all the law firms said no, well, now she understands that these 20 law firms are off my list.
and then you just keep moving.
And it's going to be the same thing at the networking events. You're going to meet somebody and you're going to say, hey, look, I'm graduating, I'm looking to work at a hospital, and I'm a medical assistant, and this is my program, and I'm finishing. And the guy's like, well, I'm a truck driver, and I can't really help you.
Well, I think that's a pretty extreme example, but I
it's-
think for everybody who's watching the show, we really want you guys to get out of your comfort zone, be confident, meet people. If you have business cards, give them. If not, tell them who you are
Yeah.
and what you're looking to do.
Just tell them exactly what your goals are.
Yeah,
And if it makes sense for that person to help you, they will.
Yeah, and I think that what we'll do now is we will pick up again next week. We're going to start with the first part of this, which is how to build your resume. So we're going to have some great tips for you guys. And like, Marcelo came in and told us, if you have questions, send those in to us. We'll be more than happy to answer them while we're on the air or even afterwards. But I want to say thank you very, very much to Avis for being here today and sharing his thoughts and insights. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you guys next week on Tuesday at 6 p.m. for Life Skills. Thanks and have a great week.